When sleep steals strength, a silent truth about aging. There's a moment that comes to many of us as we grow older, not all at once, but slowly, like fog rolling in over a quiet lake. You go to bed early, maybe even earlier than you used to. You sleep through the night, or so it seems. But when morning comes, something feels off. Your body doesn't respond the way it used to. You sit up on the edge of the bed, stretch your back, and try to stand. Your legs feel heavier than they should. There's a wobble in your knees. Your arms don't quite lift the same way. You might shrug it off. Just getting older, you say to yourself. Maybe you've said it out loud to someone else. But what if it's not just age? What if it's not wear and tear? What if it's something you do every single night, unknowingly, that is quietly eroding your strength, one muscle fiber at a time? This isn't about diet or exercise. It's not about how much protein you eat or how often you walk. This is about the most powerful tool your body has for rebuilding itself: sleep. Sleep is not just rest. It's repair. It's restoration. It's where your muscles rebuild, your cells renew, and your body resets. For seniors, especially those over 60, sleep becomes a hidden gem, a place where real healing happens. But only if the conditions are right. And here's the hard truth. Many of us are sabotaging that process without ever realizing it. We think we're doing the right things before bed, grabbing a late-night snack, scrolling through our phones, watching a little TV, maybe skipping a glass of water because we don't want to wake up in the middle of the night. We believe these are harmless habits, small comforts. But what if they're actually working against us? What if these tiny choices, made in the quiet hours before sleep, are silently blocking your body's ability to heal? What if they're stealing your strength, one night at a time? Because here's what happens after 60. Your body changes. Not just in speed or energy, but in how it builds and maintains muscle. Hormones shift. Recovery slows. And the window for repair during sleep becomes more fragile than ever. If you've been waking up tired, stiff, weak, even after a full night's rest, then this article is for you. We're going to explore 5 bedtime habits that may be secretly undermining your muscle recovery. We'll uncover the science behind why they matter, how they affect your body, and most importantly, how you can change them. This isn't about guilt. It's not about drastic life changes. It's about small, gentle shifts, ones that fit naturally into your routine, that can bring back the strength, balance, and confidence you thought were slipping away. Because the truth is, your body still wants to work with you. It still knows how to heal. It just needs the right environment, the right signals, the right care. So tonight, let's start there. Let's talk about what really happens when you close your eyes. Let's talk about the silent power of sleep and how to protect it. Late night snacking. Why that midnight bite might be costing you strength. There's a moment that many of us know too well. The quiet hush of night, the house finally still, and the gentle rumble in your stomach. Not hunger exactly. More like an emptiness, a feeling that something is just missing. You stand in the kitchen, maybe in your socks and robe, peering into the fridge or pantry. A slice of toast? Some leftover chicken? Maybe just a few crackers to settle your thoughts before bed. It feels harmless, comforting even. After all, you've heard that eating late isn't the end of the world. But what if I told you that this simple act, this small bite before sleep, could be quietly undoing everything your body tries to do for you while you rest? Because here's the truth. Your body doesn't stop working when you close your eyes. In fact, that's when it starts doing its most important work, especially after 60. The secret gym inside your sleep. Sleep isn't just about turning off the lights and letting time pass. It's not downtime. It's deep time, a sacred window where your body goes to work rebuilding, repairing, and renewing itself. Think of it like a hidden gym inside your brain, one that opens only at night. And unlike the gyms we go to during the day, this one doesn't need weights or treadmills. All it needs is the right environment, the right hormones, and the right timing. And at the center of this process is something called human growth hormone, HGH, the unsung hero of muscle repair. Now, HGH doesn't come out to play unless your body gets the signal that it's safe to do so. It needs low insulin levels, deep sleep, and a digestive system that's not busy breaking down food. But when you eat late at night, even something small, your body switches gears. It stops thinking about recovery and starts thinking about digestion. That sandwich, those cookies, that bowl of cereal while watching TV, they send a message to your body. We're still awake. there's work to do. And while your stomach is processing that snack, your muscles are waiting, silently, for the chance to heal. What happens inside your body when you eat before bed? Let's take a closer look at what happens behind the scenes. 1. Insulin rises. When you eat carbohydrates or sugar, your body releases insulin to manage blood sugar levels. This is normal, but at night, high insulin levels have a side effect most people don't know about. 2. HGH gets suppressed. Insulin blocks the release of human growth hormone. And without HGH, your body can't fully rebuild muscle tissue during sleep. Think of it like locking the door to the gym. Your muscles are ready to train, but they can't get in. 3. Digestion takes over. Instead of entering deep restorative sleep, your body stays in a state of mild alertness, focused on breaking down food rather than repairing tissues. 4. Muscle recovery slows down. Night after night, this subtle shift adds up. You wake up not just tired, but weaker. Your legs feel heavier. Your arms don't lift as easily. Your balance falters, and you start to wonder if it's just getting older. The sad part? Most seniors don't realize this is happening until it becomes noticeable, until standing up feels harder, walking upstairs feels like climbing a mountain, or getting out of a chair takes twice the effort it used to. But here's the good news. This isn't irreversible. It's not about guilt or drastic changes. It's about awareness and making small, gentle shifts that honor your body's natural rhythm. So what can you do instead? If you find yourself reaching for a snack before bed, you're not alone. Many people do it out of habit, boredom, or simply because they feel hungry. The key is to choose foods that support your body instead of slowing it down. Here are some sleep-friendly snack ideas that actually help your muscles recover. Cottage cheese with chia seeds, high in protein and tryptophan. This combo supports both sleep and muscle repair. Almond butter on whole grain toast, a slow-digesting snack that keeps you full without spiking insulin. Turkey slices or chicken breast, lean proteins that provide amino acids your muscles need to rebuild overnight. Boiled eggs, rich in leucine, an amino acid that boosts muscle synthesis during sleep. Warm milk with a pinch of cinnamon helps relax the nervous system and provides calcium and protein without overloading your gut. These aren't just snacks, they're recovery fuel. They give your body the building blocks it needs without throwing off the delicate hormonal balance required for deep muscle repair. A new kind of bedtime ritual. Instead of reaching for something quick and easy, try creating a new ritual, one that tells your body, tonight, you're going to rest. Tonight, you're going to heal. Maybe it's sitting down with a small bowl of cottage cheese and blueberries while reading a book or listening to calming music. Or maybe it's sipping a warm mug of herbal tea while reflecting on your day. Whatever it is, make it intentional. Make it part of your nighttime rhythm, not just for tonight, but for every night. Because remember, your body listens to what you feed it and how you treat it before bed. Real-life example, Margaret's story. Margaret was 68 when she first noticed her strength slipping away. She'd always been active, gardening, walking with friends, dancing with her grandkids. But lately, she felt slower, weaker. Her knees hurt more. She was waking up stiff and sore, even though she was sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. She came to me confused, frustrated, and worried. "Am I just getting old?" she asked. After talking through her habits, I discovered she had a nightly routine, a bowl of cereal before bed. "Just something light," she said. But that small habit was sending her body the wrong signal. We made one simple change, swapping her cereal for a few tablespoons of cottage cheese and a sprinkle of chia seeds. Within 2 weeks, she noticed a difference. By the 4th week, she was able to walk upstairs again without grabbing the railing. Her energy improved. Her confidence returned. "It wasn't magic," she told me. "It was just giving my body what it needed, instead of what I thought I wanted." That's the power of small changes. Practical tips to replace late-night snacking. Ready to shift your bedtime habits? Here are some gentle, effective steps to get started. Eat dinner earlier. Aim to finish your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to digest before sleep begins. Stay hydrated during the day. Dehydration can sometimes mimic hunger. Make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Keep healthy snacks nearby. If you do feel hungry before bed, keep sleep-supportive options within reach, like pre-portioned cottage cheese, hard-boiled eggs, or turkey slices. Create a wind-down routine. Instead of heading straight for the fridge, try winding down with a book, a short meditation, or a few minutes of deep breathing. Listen to your body. Ask yourself, am I really hungry? Or am I just looking for comfort? Sometimes, emotional hunger looks like physical hunger, and learning to tell the difference can be powerful. The hidden danger of screens before bed. How blue light steals your deep sleep. There's something almost hypnotic about the glow of a screen at night. It's soft. It's familiar. It feels safe, like an old friend keeping you company in the quiet hours before sleep. Maybe it's your phone, buzzing with messages that can't wait until morning. Maybe it's the TV, playing a rerun of your favorite show to help you unwind. Or maybe it's a tablet, open to a book or a crossword puzzle, just enough to keep your mind gently engaged as your body drifts off. You might think these little moments are harmless. A few minutes of scrolling, a quick check of the news, just enough time to forget the day and let your thoughts settle. But what if I told you that every flicker of blue light from that screen is sending a powerful message to your brain, one that tells it to stay awake? And not just awake in the way you feel, but awake in the way your hormones respond, the way your body prepares for sleep, the way your muscles repair themselves while you rest. Because here's the truth. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the light coming from your phone and the light coming from the sun. And when it sees that blue glow late at night, it gets confused. It says, wait, is it still daytime? What happens when blue light hits your eyes? Let's take a closer look at how this works. Inside your eyes are special cells called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, IPRGCs, tiny sensors that measure light and send signals directly to your brain's internal clock. This clock, known as the suprachiasmatic nucleus, controls your circadian rhythm, your body's natural 24-hour cycle that tells you when to be alert, when to relax, and when to fall asleep. When those light-sensitive cells detect bright blue light, especially in the evening, they send a signal, stay alert. It's not time for bed yet. As a result, your brain delays the release of melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy and helping you enter deep, restorative sleep. Now, melatonin isn't just about falling asleep. It's also crucial for muscle recovery. During deep sleep, the stage where most tissue repair happens, melatonin helps reduce inflammation, supports immune function, and allows your body to fully engage in the healing process. But when blue light interferes with melatonin production, you may fall asleep eventually, but never reach that critical depth of rest your body needs. You wake up tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because your sleep wasn't doing its job. The ripple effect on your body. The effects of disrupted sleep don't stop with fatigue. They ripple through your entire system. Muscle recovery slows down. Without deep sleep, your body can't fully activate the growth hormone needed to rebuild muscle fibers. Balance becomes riskier. Poor sleep affects coordination and reaction time, two things that matter more than ever after 60. Mood feels heavier. Chronic poor sleep increases feelings of irritability, sadness, and even anxiety, all of which create more stress, which in turn disrupts sleep even further. Immunity weakens. Deep sleep is when your body strengthens its defenses. Less of it means you're more vulnerable to illness and slower recovery. All of this from just a few minutes of screen time before bed. That's why it's not just about sleep quantity, it's about sleep quality. And blue light, especially at night, is quietly stealing that quality away. Real-life example, James' journey back to rest. James was 71 when he came to me with a problem he couldn't explain. He was sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. He had a comfortable bed, no pain, no noise. But he always woke up feeling foggy, sluggish, and weak. "I'm not sure what's wrong," he said. "I do everything right." We talked through his routine, and one thing stood out. Every night, without fail, James would spend 30 to 45 minutes on his phone before turning off the lights. "It helps me relax," he explained. "I read articles, check my email, maybe watch a short video. It's calming." But to his brain, it wasn't calming at all. His nightly habit was tricking his body into thinking it was still early evening, delaying melatonin, keeping him in a lighter sleep state, and preventing his muscles from repairing properly. We made one small change. No screens 1 hour before bed. Instead of scrolling, he began reading physical books by a warm lamp. At first, he found it hard. His hands felt restless. His mind wanted stimulation. But within a week, he noticed something strange. He was falling asleep faster. Within 2 weeks, he started waking up feeling rested. By the 3rd week, his wife joked that he was less grumpy in the mornings. More importantly, his balance improved. His energy returned. His confidence came back. It wasn't magic, he told me. It was just giving my brain a chance to rest. What you can do tonight. If you've been using screens before bed, whether it's your phone, laptop, tablet, or TV, you're not alone. Most people do. In fact, many seniors find comfort in having a show on in the background or checking their messages before sleep. But now that you know how blue light affects your body, you have the power to choose differently. Here are some gentle, effective ways to shift your habits tonight. Set a digital sunset. Pick a time each night, ideally 1 hour before bed, to turn off all screens. Make it part of your bedtime ritual. Set a reminder on your phone if needed. Replace screen time with something calming. Instead of scrolling, try reading a physical book, listening to soft music or nature sounds, practicing slow breathing or gentle meditation, doing light stretching or yoga, writing in a journal or reflecting on your day. These activities still engage your mind, but in a way that invites relaxation instead of stimulation. Use night mode or blue light filters if necessary. If you absolutely must use a device at night, enable night shift, iPhone, night light, Windows, or similar features that reduce blue light emission. While not perfect, they help minimize disruption. Dim the lights gradually. Just like the sunset outside, your indoor lighting should also fade as bedtime approaches. Use dimmer switches or softer bulbs in the evening to signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Create a tech-free zone in your bedroom. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep only. Keep phones, tablets, and TVs out of the room entirely if possible. If you need an alarm, use a traditional clock instead of your phone. Why this matters more after 60. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to disruptions in sleep. After 60, melatonin production naturally declines. So does the ability to enter deep, restorative sleep stages. That's why protecting every moment of potential rest becomes so important. And when you add blue light into the mix, a known disruptor of melatonin, you're essentially stacking obstacles against your own healing. But the good news is, this habit is entirely reversible. You don't need expensive tools or complicated routines. All you need is awareness and the willingness to give your brain a break from glowing screens before bed. Because when you do, your body finally gets the chance to go deeper, to heal more completely, to wake up stronger, to remember what true rest feels like. Water, the forgotten secret to stronger muscles and deeper sleep. There's a quiet truth about aging that most people don't talk about. It doesn't come with loud warnings or flashy headlines. It sneaks in slowly, like the way your knees feel just a little stiffer one morning, or how your balance wavers slightly when you stand up from the couch. You might blame it on getting older, but what if I told you that something as simple and often overlooked as water could be the missing piece? Yes, water. Not some fancy supplement or high-tech sleep tracker. Just plain, simple, life-giving water. Because here's what most of us forget. Your muscles are made mostly of water. Over 70% of muscle tissue is water, not protein, not fiber, not even oxygen. Water. And when your body isn't properly hydrated, those muscles become dry, tight, and far less able to repair themselves during sleep. That's why so many seniors wake up feeling sore, stiff, and sluggish, even after a full night's rest. They're not lacking strength. They're lacking hydration. The silent thirst you don't feel. One of the sneakiest things about aging is how it changes the way we experience thirst. When you were younger, you knew when your body needed water. Your mouth would feel dry. Your throat would feel scratchy. You'd reach for a glass without thinking twice. But as we age, our body's signals shift. The sensation of thirst becomes weaker, almost like a whisper drowned out by the noise of everyday life. So you go longer between drinks. You sip once in the morning, maybe have a small glass with lunch. By dinner, you're already behind. And then comes bedtime. Your legs ache. Your calves cramp. Your shoulders feel tight. You chalk it up to just being old. But what if your body was simply crying out for water, and you never heard it? What happens inside your body when you're dehydrated? Let's take a closer look at the science, but in a way that makes sense. Think of your muscles like sponges. When they're soaked in water, they're soft, flexible, and ready to stretch and contract without injury. But when they're dry, they harden, they crack, they tear more easily. This is what happens when your body is dehydrated, especially overnight. Here's the breakdown. Muscle fibers shrink. Without enough water, each individual muscle cell loses volume and becomes brittle. Waste builds up. During the day, your muscles produce lactic acid and other metabolic byproducts. Water helps flush them out. Without enough hydration, these toxins linger, causing stiffness and pain. Inflammation increases. Dehydration causes your body to hold onto fluid, leading to swelling and discomfort, especially in the joints and lower legs. Recovery slows down. Deep sleep is when your body repairs damaged tissues. But if your muscles are dry, that process can't happen efficiently. And over time, night after night, this subtle dehydration adds up. You start waking up not just tired, but sore. Your steps feel heavier. Your arms don't lift as easily. You wonder if your body is betraying you. But the truth? Your body is just asking for what it needs. Water. Real-life example, Linda's quiet awakening. Linda was 63 when she first came to me with a problem she couldn't explain. She had always been active, walking every morning, gardening, even taking dance classes once a week. But lately, her body felt like it was fighting her. Her legs cramped at night. Her back ached in the mornings. She'd wake up exhausted, even though she slept through the night. I thought maybe I needed more protein, she said. Or maybe my mattress is too old. We talked through her habits, and one thing stood out. She rarely drank water throughout the day. Oh, I know I should, she admitted. But I just don't feel thirsty. I asked her to make one change. Start hydrating early and consistently. No ice-cold water straight from the fridge. No forcing herself to chug large amounts all at once. Just small, gentle sips, starting first thing in the morning, continuing throughout the day, and tapering off before bed. Within a week, she noticed a difference. Her nighttime leg cramps began to fade. By the second week, she woke up with less stiffness. And by the third week, she was dancing again. Not because she pushed through pain, but because her body finally had the fuel it needed to move freely. It wasn't dramatic, she told me. It was just easier. That's the power of water. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention. It just quietly supports everything your body does, including healing while you sleep. How to hydrate like your muscles depend on it, because they do. Now that you understand how important hydration is for muscle recovery and deep sleep, let's talk about how to do it right. Because it's not just about drinking more water. It's about drinking it at the right times, in the right way, and in the right amounts. Here's how to get started. Start your day with a glass of warm water. As soon as you wake up, drink a full glass of warm, not cold water. Why warm? Because your body absorbs it more easily. Cold water can shock your system and slow digestion. Warm water gently wakes up your metabolism, kickstarts circulation, and tells your muscles, today, we're going to stay strong. Sip slowly throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Instead, keep a glass or bottle nearby and take small sips regularly. Set reminders if you need to. Use sticky notes on your coffee pot, set alarms on your phone, or pair it with daily routines like brushing your teeth or having a snack. The goal isn't to flood your system all at once. It's to maintain steady hydration. Add electrolytes, especially if you sweat. If you exercise, walk outside in warm weather, or notice frequent muscle cramps, consider adding a pinch of sea salt or an electrolyte mix to your water. Electrolytes help your cells absorb and retain water, making sure your muscles stay nourished and elastic. Avoid large amounts right before bed. Drinking a lot of water before bed can cause frequent bathroom trips, which disrupts deep sleep. Instead, reduce your intake to just a few sips after dinner, and focus on staying well hydrated earlier in the day. Watch for hidden signs of dehydration. Sometimes, your body gives you clues long before you feel thirsty. How hydration affects sleep quality. Here's another powerful reason to stay hydrated. Good sleep depends on good muscle function, and good muscle function depends on good hydration. Final thought, water is not just a drink, it's medicine. Many of us think of water as background noise, something we should do, but not something that really matters. But now you know the truth. Water is the foundation of every movement your body makes. It's the silent partner in every breath, every stretch, every moment of healing. And for seniors, especially, it's one of the simplest, yet most powerful, tools for staying strong, moving with ease, and sleeping deeply. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, ask yourself, Did I give my body enough water today? Did I listen to its quiet signals? Did I honor its need to stay flexible, to stay strong, to stay healed? Because when you drink water with intention, not just habit, you're doing more than hydrating. You're giving your body permission to restore itself. You're helping your muscles remember their strength. You're inviting deeper, more restful sleep. And you're taking one more step toward the healthier, stronger version of yourself.